My name is Elena Santos, and today I have the absolute pleasure of introducing Erika Ross. Erika and I go way back. The first memory I had of Erika was in 3rd grade. Almost every day after lunch, we would go outside for recess and play soccer. Erika would crush every person that got in her way with her pure speed and determination. Her complete dominance on the soccer field in 3rd grade translated into other aspects of her life. Whether that is in school or extracurriculars, Erika always gives 110%. Some of Erika's closest friends describe her as kind, genuine, joyful, and caring, and I couldn't agree more. Erika's love for others is so evident, as she never fails to make you smile no matter the circumstance. This past year, Erika and I have had to struggle through our online class together. Regretfully, I must admit that I've asked Erika for help way too many times. Despite me bothering her at least 10 times a week, Erika always lends a helping hand. As someone who crushes every obstacle that comes her way, I know she will crush this speech as well. So please help me in welcoming the class of 2023's very own Erika Michelle Ross.
I have a smiling problem. If you've ever walked past me in the hallway, I've probably smiled at you. Unless I've had a really bad day, in which case you could probably find me on a couch in Miss Seegers' office. When I was really young, I remember my mother always smiling at randos passing us in Kroger, or really anywhere she took me for that matter. Mom, I love you, but that scared me for the longest time because I was locked in on the stranger danger mindset. Now this was all one day until I started smiling at random people too. In Meaning of Life with Miss Seegers and Miss Ray this past semester, we talked about a poem written by Allison Luderman titled Invisible Work. The definition of invisible work, as Allison uses it, is any action an individual does quietly, leaving the true meaning unseen and unrecognized by others. I've come to realize that smiling at people is my form of invisible work. Smiling is my way of trying to make people feel welcome and loved, even if it's by a stranger in passing. My smile can be interpreted 1,000 different ways, but as long as I know my intention, I can carry on with my invisible work. Along with invisible work comes invisible struggle. Much like its counterpart, invisible struggles are those battles we all go through quietly, unseen by others. The idea of invisible struggle reminds me of yet another Miss Ray class, Faith and Doubt. Please consider my speech a plug to take as many Ray classes as possible. On the first day of Faith and Doubt my junior year, Miss Ray assigned an Albert Camus essay called The Myth of Sisyphus. Camus' version details a different perspective of Sisyphus' mythologically damned existence. In the classical Greek myth, Sisyphus is in deep trouble with the gods for a lot of good reasons. He's eventually punished by Zeus, who condemned him to roll a massive stone up a hill for eternity. Once he rolled the stone up to the top, it would quickly roll back down so he could start all over. Camus challenges us to imagine that Sisyphus finds meaning in his own struggle to push the boulder, because the struggle actually allows us to appreciate the calm afterwards. He says, that hour like a breathing space, which returns as surely as his suffering, that is the hour of consciousness. Struggle is a reoccurring and ever-looming threat in all of our lives. We all know there will be a day when it comes back to condemn us, but that realization is a conscious breathing moment. My point is, instead of complaining or becoming frustrated, Sisyphus courageously accepts his fate as he returns to the bottom of the hill to begin rolling his boulder again. Camus says, the struggle itself towards the heights is enough to fill a man's heart. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. We all have our own boulder to roll up a hill, our own invisible struggles to embrace. So that being said, choose to meet your boulder with kindness, for you do not yet know the lesson that you'll learn on the way down. After going to school here for 14 years, I can confidently say that I've pushed my fair share of boulders, like dressing up as Bob Ross for a week, or even dropping honors Kim. Miss Dunlap, I'm sorry. However, now that my time here is quickly coming to a close, I've realized that the struggles I've gone through have all made me stronger. This fall, there will be different boulders waiting for me in a new city, but instead of complaining, I've decided to accept my fate. I will find my footing and the joy in my struggle, even though I will really miss my home at Walnut Grove and Perkins. To my wonderful class of 2023, I want to thank you for always helping me push my boulders. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. To my mom and dad, thank you for always cheering me on. And to the rest of you, I challenge you to go forth and spread your joy, for you don't know what kind of boulder your neighbor is dealing with. The next time you pass someone in the hallway or in the grocery store, I hope that you think of Sisyphus pushing his rock, or maybe even that senior that smiles at randos. And remember that you too have the power to improve someone's day. Be kind to yourselves and others. Thank you.